Have you ever watched your cat fearlessly explore every inch of a new room, jumping into boxes, investigating bags, climbing onto high shelves without hesitation, while your friend's cat hides under the bed for 3 days whenever anything changes? Or maybe you're the one desperately trying to coax your terrified cat out from behind the washing machine, while wondering why some cats seem to have no concept of self-preservation. Here's what most people don't realize about cat confidence levels. The difference between a curious, adventurous cat and a cautious, fearful cat isn't just personality. It's a complex combination of genetics, early life experiences, ongoing environment, and sometimes trauma that shapes whether your cat approaches the world with confidence or terror. And understanding where your cat falls on this spectrum determines everything from how you introduce changes to whether your cat can handle certain living situations at all. Today, we're going deep into the world of bold versus shy cats. We're going to explore what creates confidence or fearfulness, when curiosity becomes dangerous, when fearfulness becomes a serious problem, how to help a fearful cat build confidence, and how to keep an overly bold cat safe. If you want to truly understand your cat's relationship with their world and how to support them, hit that subscribe button right now. Let's start with the cats who seem to have no fear whatsoever, the curious, adventurous ones. Picture this: you bring home a new piece of furniture. Before you've even finished assembling it, your cat is investigating every part of it. They climb on it, crawl under it, sniff every corner, test its stability by jumping on and off repeatedly. You open a closet door that's usually closed, your cat is immediately inside, exploring the back corners. A delivery person comes to the door. Your cat runs to greet them instead of hiding. You leave a bag on the floor, your cat is inside it within seconds. You're cooking something new in the kitchen. Your cat is on the counter trying to inspect it. Every single new thing in their environment must be thoroughly investigated immediately. This is life with a truly curious, adventurous cat, and it's simultaneously entertaining and exhausting. Now, curiosity in cats is actually a survival trait. In the wild, cats who investigate their territory, learn about new objects, and understand their environment have better survival odds than cats who hide from everything. Curiosity helps cats find food, avoid predators, and adapt to changes. But domestic curious cats take this to an extreme that can be problematic. They're not just investigating for survival, they're investigating because their brains are wired to seek novelty and stimulation constantly. So what makes a cat confident and curious rather than fearful and cautious? Several factors combine to create your cat's baseline confidence level. Early socialization is the single biggest factor. Kittens have a critical socialization period between roughly 2 and 7 weeks of age. During this window, positive experiences with people, other animals, various sounds, textures, and environments create neural pathways that tell the kitten new things are safe and interesting. A kitten who's handled gently by multiple people during this period, exposed to normal household sounds, introduced to different types of people, including children, and allowed to explore varied, safe environments typically becomes a confident adult cat. A kitten who has limited human contact during this period grows up in a quiet or isolated environment, or has frightening experiences during this window, often becomes a fearful adult cat. That critical period closes, and while cats can still learn and adapt after 7 weeks, it becomes much harder to build confidence. This is why kittens from good breeders or foster homes who specifically socialize kittens often turn out more confident than kittens born to feral mothers or in shelters where individualized handling isn't possible. Genetics play a role too. Some cats are simply wired to be bolder than others, just like people. Offspring of confident mother cats tend to be more confident. This is partly learned behavior from watching mom, but it's also partly inherited temperament. Certain breeds tend toward boldness. Abyssinians, Bengals, and Siamese cats are typically quite confident and curious. They're less likely to be easily frightened and more likely to investigate new things boldly. Other breeds tend toward caution. Russian blues, for example, are often described as naturally reserved. They might be loving with their family, but cautious around strangers and new situations. Life experiences shape confidence significantly. A cat who has positive experiences with new people, places, and things throughout their life maintains or builds confidence. A cat who has frightening or traumatic experiences becomes more cautious and fearful. Current environment matters enormously. A cat in a stable, predictable, safe home where they feel secure can express natural curiosity. A cat in a chaotic, unpredictable, or threatening environment becomes cautious and defensive regardless of their natural temperament. Health status affects confidence too. A cat in pain or dealing with illness often becomes more withdrawn and cautious because they feel vulnerable. A healthy cat can afford to be bold. Let's talk about what true curiosity and adventurousness looks like in daily life. Curious cats investigate everything. New objects, new people, new sounds, all of it gets inspected. They approach new things quickly, rather than waiting to assess from a distance. Adventurous cats have no fear of heights. They climb to the highest points available, top of refrigerators, top of doors, bookcases, anywhere they can reach. The higher, the better. Bold cats are social with strangers. When someone new comes over, a curious cat comes to greet them, sniff them, assess them. They don't hide or show fear of unfamiliar people. Exploratory cats constantly test boundaries. They try to open cabinets, they push at closed doors, they investigate what happens when they knock things off shelves. They're scientists running experiments on their environment. Confident cats recover quickly from startles. If something scares them momentarily, they investigate what scared them rather than fleeing and hiding. They're resilient in the face of surprises. These cats are fun to watch. Their boldness and curiosity are entertaining, but they also require vigilant supervision because their fearlessness can get them into dangerous situations. Now let's talk about when curiosity becomes a problem, because there's a difference between healthy confidence and reckless behavior that puts the cat at risk. Healthy curiosity. Your cat investigates new things but shows appropriate caution with genuinely dangerous items. They explore but also recognize and respect real threats. Problematic boldness. Your cat has no sense of self-preservation. They try to eat things they shouldn't, jump from heights that could cause injury, approach aggressive animals without caution, or put themselves in danger repeatedly despite experiencing negative consequences. Some overly curious cats develop pica, eating non-food items like plastic, fabric, or rubber. This is dangerous and can cause intestinal blockages, requiring emergency surgery. Overly bold cats who go outside are at higher risk of being hit by cars, getting into fights with other animals, or encountering dangerous situations because they don't exercise appropriate caution. Extremely curious indoor cats can get into toxic substances, get stuck in dangerous places like washing machines or refrigerators, or injure themselves through reckless climbing or jumping. Managing a highly curious, adventurous cat requires cat-proofing your home far more extensively than with a cautious cat. You need to secure cabinets that contain anything dangerous: cleaning supplies, medications, toxic foods. Curious cats will open unsecured cabinets. You need to be vigilant about what you leave out. A cautious cat might ignore a chocolate bar left on the counter. A curious cat will investigate it and possibly eat it. You need to check appliances before using them. Curious cats climb into dryers, dishwashers, ovens, anywhere interesting. This has resulted in tragic deaths when appliances were turned on without checking. You need to secure windows and balconies. Curious cats will push screens, climb onto balcony railings, and put themselves at risk of falls. You need to provide appropriate outlets for their curiosity. If you don't give a curious cat interesting things to investigate, they'll investigate things you don't want them to investigate. Puzzle toys, rotating toy selection, hiding treats around the house, providing new cardboard boxes regularly. These all satisfy curiosity in safe ways. Now let's talk about the opposite end of the spectrum. Cats who are extremely cautious or outright fearful. Imagine this. You've just adopted a cat. You bring them home and open the carrier. The cat darts out and immediately hides under the couch. You can't coax them out. They stay there for 2 days, only coming out at night when you're asleep to eat, drink, and use the litter box. When you finally see them, any movement sends them fleeing back to hiding. Weeks pass. They're still terrified of you. Months pass. They're slightly better, but still hide if you move too quickly, if there's a loud sound, if anything changes in their routine. Years pass, and they're still cautious, still easily frightened, never fully relaxed. This is life with a truly fearful cat, and it breaks your heart because you want to help them feel safe, but they just can't. Fearful cats experience the world as threatening. Their baseline state is vigilance and anxiety. They're not being difficult or stubborn. They genuinely feel unsafe most of the time. What creates this level of fearfulness? Lack of early socialization is the primary cause. A kitten born to a feral mother, raised with limited human contact during that critical 2 to 7 week window, will likely be fearful of humans throughout their life. They miss the developmental window where humans are safe becomes hardwired in their brain. Traumatic experiences create lasting fearfulness. A cat who was abused, attacked by another animal, injured in an accident, or experienced severe fear during a vulnerable moment often develops generalized fearfulness. The trauma teaches them the world is dangerous, and that lesson is hard to unlearn. Genetic predisposition toward anxiety makes some cats more prone to fearfulness. Just like some people are naturally more anxious than others, some cats are wired for higher baseline anxiety. Chronic stress from their environment creates ongoing fearfulness. A cat living with an aggressive dog, in a chaotic household, or in constant conflict with other cats never feels safe enough to relax. Medical issues, particularly pain, make cats more fearful. Pain makes animals defensive and withdrawn. A cat with chronic pain from arthritis, dental disease, or other conditions often becomes more fearful because they feel vulnerable. Let's talk about what severe fearfulness looks like, because it's more than just being a little shy. Fearful cats hide constantly. Their primary coping mechanism is to remove themselves from situations, under beds, in closets, behind furniture, anywhere they can squeeze into that feels protected. Cautious cats have hypervigilant body language, ears constantly moving to track sounds, pupils dilated, crouched body posture ready to flee, tail tucked. They're always on alert. Hey, fearful cats freeze when approached. This is a fear response. They're too scared to move, hoping to avoid detection by staying absolutely still. Terrified cats flee at the slightest provocation. A person standing up, a door opening, a sneeze, anything unexpected sends them running. Some fearful cats become defensive when cornered. They can't flee, so they hiss, swat, or bite. This isn't aggression, it's fear-based defense. Extremely fearful cats might refuse to eat, groom, or use the litter box normally because they're too scared to emerge from hiding long enough to care for themselves. Living with a fearful cat is challenging because you desperately want to comfort them, but your presence itself is what frightens them. It's a heartbreaking paradox. Let's discuss when fearfulness is a serious problem that needs intervention, because there's a range from shy to pathologically fearful. Mild caution. Your cat is reserved with strangers, cautious about new things, but comfortable with family members, eats and grooms normally, explores the house when calm, and shows some confidence in their familiar environment. This is manageable and not a serious problem. Moderate fearfulness. Your cat hides frequently, is nervous even with family members, startles easily, takes hours or days to adjust to changes, but can eventually be coaxed into interaction and shows some moments of relaxation. This affects quality of life but isn't crisis level. Severe fearfulness. Your cat hides almost constantly, refuses normal interaction even with people they've known for months or years, shows signs of chronic stress like poor grooming or appetite changes, cannot adjust to even minor changes, or injures themselves trying to escape perceived threats. This is a serious welfare issue. Severely fearful cats need professional help. A veterinary behaviorist can assess whether medication might help reduce baseline anxiety enough for behavior modification to work. Some cats are so fearful that training alone can't help them. They need pharmaceutical support to feel safe enough to learn. Now let's talk about helping a fearful cat build confidence, because it is possible, though it requires enormous patience and realistic expectations. First, understand that you might never turn a fearful cat into a bold cat. The goal isn't to completely transform their personality. The goal is to help them feel safe enough in their environment to have decent quality of life. Start by providing security, not forcing interaction. A fearful cat needs safe spaces where they can hide without being disturbed. Instead of trying to coax them out of hiding, respect that hiding makes them feel safe. Provide multiple hiding spots throughout your home: boxes, cat caves, spaces under furniture with blankets creating walls. The more options they have, the safer they feel. Use food to create positive associations. Place food near their hiding spots. Gradually move it slightly farther away over days or weeks. Let them choose to emerge for food at their own pace. Never force them. Move slowly and quietly around a fearful cat. Sudden movements and loud noises reinforce their fear. Calm, predictable behavior from you helps them feel safer. Ignore them initially. This sounds counterintuitive, but fearful cats feel less threatened when they're not the focus of attention. Go about your business. Let them observe you from safety. Over time, they learn you're not a threat. Use play to build confidence. Wand toys allow interaction from a distance. A fearful cat might engage with a toy when they wouldn't allow petting. Play builds positive associations with your presence. Consider Feliway or other calming pheromones. These can reduce overall anxiety levels and make other interventions more effective. For extremely fearful cats, medication might be necessary. Anti-anxiety medications can reduce fear enough that behavior modification becomes possible. Discuss this with your vet. Here's what you need to understand. Progress with fearful cats is measured in weeks and months, not days. A fearful cat who allows you to be in the same room after 3 weeks is showing huge progress. A fearful cat who can be petted briefly after 6 months is a massive success. You have to celebrate tiny victories and not get discouraged when progress stalls or regresses. Fearful cats have setbacks. A loud noise, a stranger visiting, any change can send them back to square one temporarily. Let me share realistic timelines for fearful cat rehabilitation. Weeks 1 to 4. Cat is in hiding most of the time. Goal is just getting them comfortable enough to eat, drink, and use the litter box regularly. Success looks like seeing them occasionally and them not fleeing in panic. Months 2 to 3. Cat emerges from hiding more often, especially when the house is quiet. They might explore at night. They're eating normally and grooming themselves. Success looks like making brief eye contact or being in the same room without hiding. Months 4 to 6. Cat tolerates your presence in the room. They might watch you from hiding spots. Very bold progress would be allowing you to toss treats near them or engaging with a wand toy from a distance. 6 months to 1 year. Cat might allow brief petting, usually while focused on food. They emerge during the day occasionally. They have spots in the house where they feel safe enough to relax. They might approach you for food or treats. Beyond 1 year. Depending on the individual cat, they might become a relatively normal, somewhat shy cat who's bonded to their family, but cautious with strangers. Or they might always be fearful but at least functional and not in constant distress. Some fearful cats never fully rehabilitate. They remain cautious and easily frightened throughout their lives. If you adopt a fearful cat, you need to accept that this might be their permanent state. Now let's talk about the middle ground. Cats who are neither overly bold nor pathologically fearful. Most cats fall somewhere in this moderate range. Moderately curious cats investigate new things but cautiously. They approach slowly, sniff from a distance first, and retreat if something seems actually dangerous. Moderately cautious cats are reserved with strangers but comfortable with family. They don't hide constantly. but they're not boldly greeting everyone who walks in. These balanced cats are actually ideal for most households. They're confident enough to explore and enjoy life, but cautious enough to avoid dangerous situations. They're social with trusted people, but not indiscriminate in their friendliness. Let's discuss how curiosity and caution levels affect adoptability and shelter outcomes. Bold, friendly cats get adopted quickly from shelters. They come to the front of the kennel, they interact with potential adopters, they're immediately engaging. These cats show well. Fearful cats sit in the back of the kennel, hide, or show fear responses when approached. Potential adopters often pass them by because they seem unfriendly or don't like people. This is tragic because many fearful cats would bond deeply with a patient adopter in a quiet home. They just need someone willing to invest the time and accept that the cat might never be a social butterfly. If shelters and rescues properly assessed cats and provided accurate descriptions, fearful cats could be matched with appropriate homes, experienced cat people, quiet households, patient individuals who understand what they're signing up for. Instead, fearful cats often wait months in shelters, becoming more fearful from the stress of shelter life. Some never get adopted and live their entire lives in kennels. Others get adopted by people who don't understand fearfulness and return them when the cat doesn't adjust quickly. If you're considering adopting a fearful cat, do it with eyes wide open. Understand that this cat might never cuddle, might never sit on your lap, might hide when guests come over. If you're okay with that, if you want to help a cat who needs someone patient, fearful cats can be incredibly rewarding. But if you want a social, interactive, affectionate cat, do not adopt a fearful cat hoping you can change them. That's not fair to either of you. Let's talk about how bold versus fearful cats interact with changes in their environment. Moving to a new home. A bold cat explores the new space within hours or days. They're curious about every room, every closet, every surface. They adjust quickly because new environments are interesting, not threatening. A fearful cat might hide for days or weeks. They need a single small room initially, just a bathroom or bedroom, where they can acclimate without being overwhelmed. Gradually, they can be given access to more space. New furniture or rearranging. A bold cat investigates immediately. They jump on the new couch, inspect the moved bookshelf, and incorporate changes into their mental map quickly. A fearful cat might avoid the changed area for days. The familiar space is no longer predictable, which feels threatening. They need time to cautiously reassess their environment. New people visiting. A bold cat approaches guests, sniffs them, might demand attention. They see new people as interesting. A fearful cat hides the entire visit and might remain hidden for hours after guests leave. New people are perceived as potential threats. New pets introduced to the household. A bold cat might be curious and want to investigate the new animal. They're confident enough to assert themselves if needed. A fearful cat becomes extremely stressed by a new pet. Their already limited safe space is now invaded by another animal. This can trigger serious behavioral problems or health issues from stress. Here's my advice on managing each type. For curious, adventurous cats, provide tons of enrichment to satisfy their curiosity safely. Accept that they're going to explore everything, cat-proof thoroughly. Consider harness training for safe outdoor exploration. These cats thrive with lots of stimulation and variety. For cautious, fearful cats, provide security, predictability, and patience. Respect their need for hiding spots. Don't force interaction. Minimize changes to their environment. These cats thrive with routine and stability. For moderate cats, give them options. Enrichment for when they feel bold, safe spaces for when they feel cautious. Let them set the pace of interaction. These cats thrive with flexible environments that accommodate their moods. Let's address special situations. Fearful cats and children. This is often a terrible combination. Children are loud, unpredictable, and have difficulty respecting cat boundaries. A fearful cat in a home with young children is often chronically stressed. If you have kids and want a cat, choose a confident cat who's been evaluated with children. Bold cats and dangers. Curious cats need experienced owners who understand the risks. First-time cat owners sometimes don't realize how much trouble a bold cat can get into. If you're new to cats, a moderate or even slightly cautious cat is often easier. Multiple fearful cats. Sometimes fearful cats actually comfort each other. They're less alone in their fear. But two fearful cats also reinforce each other's caution, and neither cat has a bold role model to learn from. One bold, one fearful. The bold cat's confidence sometimes rubs off on the fearful cat. The fearful cat watches the bold cat approach things safely and learns. But the bold cat can also overwhelm the fearful cat if not managed. Here's something important. Your cat's confidence level tells you what they need from you. A bold cat needs guardrails. They need you to protect them from their own fearlessness. You're their common sense because they sometimes lack it. A fearful cat needs security. They need you to be predictable, calm, and patient. You're their safe base from which they can cautiously explore. A moderate cat needs flexibility. They need you to read their mood and adjust your interaction accordingly. None of these needs is better or worse. They're just different, and all are valid. Let me end with this. Don't try to force your cat to be something they're not. If you have a cautious cat, don't push them to be social. Accept their personality and work within it. A fearful cat who feels accepted for who they are can still have excellent quality of life. If you have a bold cat, don't punish their curiosity. Channel it into safe exploration. A curious cat with appropriate outlets is a joyful cat. Your job isn't to change your cat's fundamental nature. Your job is to help them live their best life as the cat they are. If this exploration of curious versus cautious cats helped you understand your cat's confidence level and what they need from you, make sure you're subscribed to Cat Rules. Next, we're tackling long-haired versus short-haired cats. And we're going to reveal the grooming reality nobody tells you about before you adopt that fluffy kitten. Drop a comment and tell me, do you have a fearless explorer or a scaredy cat? And how has their confidence level shaped your relationship? I want to hear your real experiences. Until next time, cat lovers, whether your cat boldly goes where no cat has gone before or prefers to observe the world from the safety of under the bed, they need you to understand and respect who they are. We'll see you in the next video.